there, everyone. Ms. Watkins here, and I welcome you back to another exciting week of learning. Today, we'll be learning about time to the half hour. Make sure you put on those thinking caps. Let's go. Here are our learning goals for today. At the end of this video, you should be able to 1. Recognize an analog clock depicting half past the hour. 2. Tell the time half past the hour. That means you will be able to look at a clock and know that it is an analog clock showing half past the hour. And you will also be able to say the time half past any hour. Are you ready for that challenge? Let's go. Before we get to that, do you remember the name of this clock? That is definitely the analog clock. Do you remember the parts of the analog clock? I'm sure you do. There's the face, our numbers, and our clock hands. Do you remember any information about the hands? Let me help you. The short hand is the hour hand, and the long hand is the minute hand. Is it coming back to you? I'm sure it is. We would have learned that when the minute hand is on 12, we say o'clock. Well, this week, we're going to learn that when the minute hand is on 6, we say half past the hour. Did you get that? Let me further explain for you. The hour hand is in the color blue and the minute hand is in the color red. You see, when the minute hand goes halfway around the clock and stops at the number 6, it is half past an hour. But I also want you to notice, as the minute hand is moving around the clock to the 6, the hour hand is also moving in between two numbers. So how do we know which hour to use? Well, we ask ourselves, is the hour hand to the next number as yet? In this case, the two numbers are the numbers 8 and 9. The hour hand stops halfway between the 8 and the 9. Has the hour hand reached the 9 as yet? No, it hasn't. And so in this case, we will know that it is half past 8. Now let's get in some more practice. Lock your eyes on this. We have the hour hand and we have the minute hand. When the minute hand is on 6, what do we say? Excellent. We say that it is half past the hour. But what hour are we talking about? The hour hand is not on the number 4, but it is not on the number 5. So what is the hour here? Well, like I told you, when the minute hand moves halfway around the clock and stops on the number 6, we say it is half past an hour. But the hour hand is also moving. Look at your hour hand. Your hour hand is between two numbers. What are the two numbers? Good job. The hour hand is in between the number 4 and the number 5. Because the hour hand is in between the number 4 and the number 5, we look at it and we say the hour hand has not reached the number 5 as yet. Because of that, it is half past 4. Did you get that? Now, boys and girls, we're going to play a little game. You're going to say, Mrs. Clock, what time is it? And then I'm going to give you a time. You are going to have to find the correct clock. So it'll go like this. Mrs. Clock, what time is it? The time is half past 10. And you'll go ahead and look for the clock that is showing half past 10. Are you ready? Let's go. Mrs. Clock, what time is it? The time is half past 2. Go and find the clock that is showing half past 2. Remember, the minute hand is going to be on a certain number, and the hour hand is going to be in the middle of two numbers. Can you find the clock that is showing half past 2? If you selected this clock, you are correct. This clock is showing half past 2. The minute hand is on the number 6. The hour hand is in between the numbers 2 and 3. Because the hour hand has not reached the number 3 as yet, that means we'll have to use the number 2. And so in that case, this clock is showing half past 2. Are you ready? Let's go. Say it with me. Mrs. Clock, what time is it? The time is half past 1. Go and find the clock that is showing half past 1. Did you find the clock that is showing half past 1? Which clock is it? Awesome job. You see, the minute hand is on the number 6, and so that tells us it is half past an hour. The hour hand is in between the numbers 1 and 2. Because it has not reached the number 2 as yet, we will use the number 1. Let's go. Let's do one more. Mrs. Clock, what time is it? The time is half past 3. Can you find the clock that is showing half past 3? Excellent job. This clock is showing half past 3. Here's our last and short activity. Can you draw in the hands to show the time half past 7? Remember, the minute hand is on a certain number. The hour hand is in between two numbers. Can you show me half past 7? If you said the minute hand is on the number 6 and the hour hand is in between the numbers 7 and 8, then you have mastered telling time half past the hour. Give yourself 3 claps on the shoulder. So, boys and girls, as you may have seen, telling time may be a little bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be telling time like a pro. You should have learned how to recognize an analog clock showing half past the hour, as well as tell the time from a clock half past any hour. I hope you had as much fun as I had today. Be sure to use your clock at home, and once that clock is showing half past an hour, you can surely tell mom or dad the time. See you later.